how much do you reckon those babies are worth? Way too much. Did you get his rego? Not a bloody hope in hell.
We've had a bit of luck for a change.
Hello, hello.
What the hell were you playing at? And do you realise it's idiots like you that we end up pulling out of the...
Hi, guys.
Well, ma'am, you've been observed exceeding the speed limit of 10 knots less than 30 metres from another boat.
Guess I got a bit carried away. It's hard to keep control of something so powerful, you know. But it doesn't look like I'm going anywhere now.
Okay, I'll give you a fine for $200 for negligent navigation. Licence, please.
Hey! Slow down! Slow down! Other people use this water too, you know!
You know the owner of the other boat?
No, I've just seen him around at boat races and stuff, but I just saw him upriver and we thought it'd be kind of cool to race.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Can I borrow your pen, please? Thanks.
Motor's totally stuffed. Probably run well enough to get you to the nearest mooring, but other than that, it's going to need some work.
Oh, you're kidding.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's not your fault. Here you go. My name's Stephanie, by the way. I think that you should call me.
Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
Thanks.
VKG Sydney Water Police to police launch Nemesis.
Come on, Romeo, let's go.
We have a report of a body in the water near Greenmont Jetty.
The number of times I've reported those idiots, but this time I got a rego number. ABL 817N. Got it?
Okay, thank you.
So you're saying that you've checked this region over here? Yeah? Okay, now these...
Rego numbers did not match, so it wasn't Stephanie.
She still might have had something to do with it, though, mate.
How do you figure that?
All right, well, this guy that she was racing, all right,
Bruising.
heading north.
Job's gonna
They
make
weren't
it.
watching where they were
Yeah,
going.
well, you get hit by one of those high-powered speedboats, it's going to make a bloody mess of you.
Hey, boys, those people see anything?
Yeah, a few people said they saw the boat hooning north. I've got the rego number and Helen's checking it out now.
Any clothes on the bank or anything like that?
Haven't seen any.
Okay, now listen, Constable, this gentleman has a car. It's parked around here somewhere. It's probably got his clothes in it. Can we find it? Thank you very much.
Good place to go skinny dipping, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Now, the other boat was also spotted heading north, so maybe we should head up to the boat ramp about 1 kilometre north.
It's a good idea, Psyche.
VKG Sydney Water Police to police launch Nemesis.
Guys.
So the police launch Nemesis, go ahead.
Boat rego number ABL 817N is registered to a Stephen Clark.
Excuse me. You Stephen Clark?
Yeah?
I'm Detective Riley, Detective Sinclair from the Sydney Water Police.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
Were you racing this boat near Greenmont Wharf this morning? Yeah?
Who were you racing against?
Some Sheila. Ran the boat races, don't really know.
It's just a drag.
Do you remember seeing anyone near the jetty? Do you remember hitting anything?
Eh?
A body was found near the jetty some time ago. Now, I'm going to ask you again, do you remember hitting anything?
No.
You mightn't have realised it was a person. You might have thought it was a bit of driftwood or a bit of rubbish.
Oh, come on, mate. This is a speedboat. Hull's this thick. Here's something you know about it, and I didn't.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Clark.
No worries.
So where to now?
Got to go and see that other speedboat driver, Stephanie.
Stephanie Kelly.
That's right.
Hello. Didn't expect to see you quite so soon. You're right, the engine's cactus. It's going to cost me a packet to fix.
This is not a social call, Miss Kelly.
All right. What's the deal then? Is it to do with my fine?
No, a man's body was found in the water. We suspect he was run over by a speedboat.
All right. And you think
There's no dig in the hull.
I would have known if I hit anything? Sorry.
Stephen Clark. You know a man by that name?
No.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Seems you were racing against him this morning.
Oh, right, the big guy with the beard. Well, like I told the officer, I don't actually know him, but I've seen him around. He's not dead, is he?
No. Did you see any other speedboats this morning?
No, I don't think so. So who got killed?
That's what we're trying to ascertain.
Wow, what a way to go. Poor guy.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time, Mrs. Kelly.
Did I say the wrong thing? I mean, I'm sorry the guy's dead.
Sykes, you get him back.
Yeah, come up with the suits.
Is he chatting
Quinn!
her up? You haven't lost my number, have you?
Matthew!
I think you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Bye.
Righto, the divers found a shirt floating downriver from the body. There's a wallet and a driver's licence. The photo matches that of the dead guy. His name's Nicholas Clark.
Clark?
Hey, Steve.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Can you turn that music down for us, please?
What's that, mate?
Do you mind turning that
Hey?
music down for us?
Yeah, I'll just
please?
turn the music down, eh? No worries. Got it.
You live here, Steve?
No, it's my folks' place. Just tells my boat here. Why, what's going on?
Do you have a brother by the name of Nicholas Clark?
Yeah, well, what's the problem?
Well, you know when I spoke to you earlier today about a body that we found in the bay? Well, it's Nick. He's dead.
I'm sorry.
You sure it's Nick? Oh.
We have a driver's licence. Steve, your folks home?
Just leave it. Just let me talk to him. All right?
Hey, Dad.
Dad. Dad.
What do you reckon about him?
Yeah, I think he's genuinely upset.
Bit of a coincidence, don't you think? He's out on the bay hooning around his boat. Same place, same time as his brother's body's found.
What is it?
You know, I went to see this woman once about her husband that was missing. Presumed dead. She showed all the right signs, anxiety, grief. All this time, his body was in neat plastic bags in the freezer right near the chicken and
Mate, I got a sixth sense about these things, and I think he's telling the truth. I do.
We want to see Nick.
Hello? Chopper.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
John's taken a silicon cast of the bruising pattern. Have a look over here for a sec. The cause of death was pretty obvious. It was multiple rib fractures that had ruptured his heart, his lungs. It's a crush injury. He's impacted with something heavy.
Yeah, you think a speedboat could have run over him?
Yeah, pretty unlikely. Very little water in the lungs. say this body's been dumped in the water post-mortem. He's been dead for at least 12 hours.
Really? I mean...
Hey guys, how are you? Listen, I ran a check on Nick Clark. He's got some form, but not a lot. It's all petty. Some car theft. But it's ancient history. He hasn't been in trouble for a long, long time.
Chopper's got something interesting for us. Looks like the body was dumped.
Yep. Murder.
Yep.
I don't understand. Why would anyone want to hurt?
Mum, it's got to be an accident, all right?
I'm sorry, but we really do need to ask some questions.
Mr. Clark, when was the last time you saw your son, Nick?
Last weekend. The St George Speedboat Spectacular. Nick and Steve were competing, and we went to see them. Nick broke the state record. He was one of the best.
When did you last see your brother, Steve?
Yesterday morning. I went to drop the boat around and I left some messages on his voicemail. So he might want to catch up and have a beer, you know?
Did he call you back?
No, he didn't.
OK, listen, we're going to need some lists. Friends, contacts. We're also going to need to know where he works.
Stephen! 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 Hey, Stephen!
Mrs. Clark, just leave him be. Let him go.
He and Nick did everything together. Played, fought. How they fought. He loves his brother.
Sure.
Well, I better make you that list.
Yeah, come inside.
Nick works for a panel beater.
Mr. Dan Ross?
Yeah, how you going?
Detectives Sinclair and Riley from the Sydney Water Police.
Oh, yeah? What, you need some panel beating? Tell you what, for the boys in blue, 5% off, has it?
No, we heard a Nick Clark was working here.
Oh, still does. Why, what's Nick done? Something to do with that old boat of his, I bet.
I'm sorry to inform you, Nick Clark's body was found in the bay this morning.
What, he's dead?
Yes, that's right.
Oh. What happened?
That's what we intend to find out.
Nick was more than an employee. He was a good mate of my wife and me.
When was the last time you saw him?
Yesterday, Arvo. We left about 5.
Did he say where he was going for the evening? Do you know where his car is, Mr. Ross?
He drove off in it after that, I don't know.
Do you know anyone who would want to hurt him?
No, Nick. Everybody liked Nick. He was a good bloke.
You want to play games? You want to play mind games? Dan! Dan! What the hell's going on? Ask your wife. Go on, get the bitch to tell you.
He says Nick.
Stephen!
Damn! He says Nick's dead and he's been murdered.
Okay.
What did he mean by go and ask your wife?
I don't know.
Stephen! I'm going after him, Alex.
What the hell's he playing at?
What the bloody hell's that about, eh? Drive like an idiot.
I was cut up over Nick's death, all right? Okay? Is that all right?
So why are you taking out on the Rosses? Steve, if you know something about your brother's death that you haven't been telling me, you better get out in the open right now.
What, you think I had something to do with Nick's death, do you?
Well, did you? No! From what I've learned, you're pretty competitive. You fight a lot, you race against each other a lot.
Yeah, all right, that was our thing, all right? Who can be the best? Hey? We're brothers, mate. We loved each other. If you want to talk to someone who knows something about his death, talk to his boss, okay?
Don't just leave it there, Steve. Now, why do I have to ask Dan Ross about Nick's death?
Nick was screwing his missus, all right? He was banging his missus.
And Nick told you that?
I went down to the shed yesterday after he didn't call back, and I saw him there with Leah. All over each other, going into the shed, laughing and carrying on.
Nick and Leah were all over each other.
So, who said this about Nick and me anyway? It was Steve, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, we can't tell you that.
Yeah, well, it's lies.
Did you go into that shed yesterday with Nick after 6 o'clock?
Dan, give us a hand, will you?
Yeah, I helped Nick carry some stuff in. I don't know what time it was.
How long were you in there?
5 minutes, maybe 10.
Oh, yeah? Can we have a look?
No, it's locked.
Where's the key?
You'll have to ask Dan.
Dan looks pretty busy right now. Mick, is there a key for the shed in there?
Yeah, there is, as a matter of fact.
Excellent. Can we get that and have a look?
Yeah, you don't mind if we get it?
Won't open this door.
Oh, it might open the one around the front, though.
Mrs. Ross.
After you. So what do you actually use this place for?
Storage.
Doesn't look like it.
Dan took a heap of stuff out recently. Well, that's it. It's empty. Seen it.
You all right, Mrs. Ross?
Yeah, just a bit hot.
What's going on?
Oh, Dan, they wanted me to let them into the shed. Someone told them that, someone said that they saw me and Nick and that we were having an affair.
What bloody idiot told you this bullshit?
Dan, I feel sick. I would like
Come
to
on,
go
come on,
and
yes,
lie
come
down.
on. Can't you see she's upset enough about this crap? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. There's something going on there.
She did not want to come inside. Pretty strange place for it, though, isn't it?
For what?
The affair. I mean, you know, it's right under his nose in the back shed.
What are you, a five-star hotel type, are you, Alex?
Who's asking?
So what have I got to lose, huh?
Just your life if you don't shut up about it.
I should just ring her. She's loaded. She's drop-dead gorgeous. So what's she seen me, then?
Ah, now that's a point.
Both in a boat, so I guess we've got that in common. Move a bit closer, Gav. What was the rego number of Nick Clark's car? Oh, that's it.
VKG Sydney Water Police, this is the police launch Nemesis.
Go ahead, Nemesis.
Yeah, we spotted Nick Clark's car.
Well, they couldn't find any fingerprints.
Blood stains?
No, nothing there either.
Okay, so he drove himself here to go for a swim, he was killed and then left in the river.
Floated downstream?
Yeah. Or else killed somewhere else, brought here, left in the river, floated downstream.
Okay, so whoever dumped him here forgot his wallet.
Yeah.
What do you got there, mate? And his mobile phone.
Okay, let's get that and check the voicemail.
Thank you.
Nick, where are you, man?
It's Steve.
Can we meet after work? We need to talk. Listen, just call back, will you?
2 more like that, then the interesting bit, the last one.
Nick,
Leah?
Dan's left for the day. He's finished the car and he's going to drop it off. I'm meeting him at the pub later on. So if you can get back here fast enough... I thought you and I could spend a bit of time together. Oh, I can't wait, so hurry it up, okay?
We were having an affair. It wasn't earth-shattering, but we were.
The detectives are interviewing your wife right now, but if you take a seat, they'll be down shortly.
Yeah, but why do they need to talk to her? What's taking so long?
Mr. Ross, please. Look, Detective Riley will be down any minute. Please have a seat.
But I need to be in there?
Oh, I know, but you
I
can't
need to be
I'm
in
sorry.
there, in there
have
with her.
Have a seat. Can I help you with something, Matt?
No.
Are you trying to decide whether to call her?
You heard?
Only that you chatted her up.
Bloody psych, she gave me her phone number.
A bit pushy, is she?
No, she's confident. Intelligent, beautiful, sexy.
Yeah, well, if she's that perfect.
You're so right. I should give her a call. Thanks, Donna.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Ross.
Do you want to tell me what the hell's going on?
Yeah, sure. Let's go upstairs.
Mrs. Ross, did your husband know that you and Nick were having an affair? Yeah. Look, I'm sorry, you're going to have to speak up. Did he know?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How did he feel about that?
We have an arrangement.
How do you think I felt? I wasn't turning cartwheels, but I wasn't going to lose my marriage either.
Why didn't you just tell us then?
Yeah, right. My wife's screwing some guy. He ends up floating in the harbour. As far as suspects go, I'm first cab off the rank, yeah?
Okay, so, why didn't you tell us about this affair before?
Because my lover is dead, and we knew that you would suspect Dan. That's why. Why else wouldn't I tell you?
You seem resigned to the fact that your wife was having an affair, Mr. Ross.
Well, Nick wasn't the first, and he probably won't be the last.
What? Are you saying that Leah had other affairs?
Yeah, but it was only sex. She didn't love them.
Nick came over and we had sex, and then I went and met Dan.
Did that make you feel angry?
Look, Leah loves me. We've got something special I don't expect everybody to understand.
You didn't answer my question, Mr. Ross. I asked you, did you feel angry or jealous?
Yeah, of course I did, but I'm human. But if it's a question of losing Leah and turning a blind eye, then...
How can you turn a blind eye? Nick worked with you. It's right in your face, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how can you turn a blind eye to this? Dan?
I like Nick.
And what about Nick?
Well, he just stayed in the shed. Then he locked up and left.
How do you know that?
Because the shed was still locked when we went there the next morning.
How can you like someone who's screwing your wife?
Well, I did. I liked him. I liked him. It was... at least I knew him. I knew...
You knew what?
I knew him. At least I knew that she was with somebody I knew, someone I liked, rather than some dead-shit loser bastard from a pub.
Okay, what I don't understand is, if your husband knew about the affair, why be so secretive? Huh? Why the quickie in the shed?
I didn't want to rub his nose in it.
You didn't want to rub his nose in it?
I didn't want to rub his nose in it.
She is acting a tad weird, don't you think?
She's upset. Don't you just love these modern marriages? She gets to screw whoever she likes. But what does Dan get out of this?
So you believe Dan's turning a blind eye to this affair?
I believe Dan would do anything to keep his wife.
I believe Dan got sick of it being so close to home.
So don't dirty your own nest.
Yeah, that's right. See, Dan finally runs out of understanding. He gives Leah an ultimatum, right? She calls it off with Nick. Nick and Dan fight. Nick ends up dead. You don't like that?
No, I like that. But what about Stephen Clark?
He admitted being near the shed when his brother was there.
Why would you kill your own brother?
Well, Nick was the golden-haired child. You know, Stephen gets a bit sick of living in his brother's shadow. He's not exactly a model for emotional stability either, is he?
Hey, I've got something. I ran Dan Ross through cops. He's a person of interest. It's just that his neighbours have been complaining about loud noises coming from the shed in the early hours of the morning.
What sort of noises?
Well, trucks going in and out. Now, it's happened a few times this month. For someone who reckons the shed hasn't been used, it's seeing a lot of action.
Well, Nick Clark had form. Maybe he was rebirthing cars. Maybe that has something to do with his death.
Maybe. Get onto the rebirthing task force, see if they've got a file on Dan Ross. You're gonna need something more than bumps in the night, though.
What about sticking surveillance on the Rosses?
Yeah. We know it costs.
And the budget being what it is.
You're saying we're predictable, Mick?
Look, Dan Ross has the strongest motive and his alibi checks out. We are at a dead end with everything else. Come on!
Come on.
Your call, Helen.
It's my call, is it?
Codependency, that's what they call it. Dan and Leah. He puts up with any shit just to keep her. And she won't go.
Must be love.
Can't be love.
How do you know? How do you know what love is to someone else?
Oh, that's just great. I've got a partner who's a romantic. Who's this? Stephanie Kelly.
She's an early riser.
Is it Quinn? What the bloody hell's he doing there?
Get out of there. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, and she's fitted out for boats.
Stephanie.
So we can have it over to you this Arvo.
Great. Okay.
Beautiful.
It's all there.
Thank you.
Can I have a word?
Excuse me.
Yep.
Okay.
This motor's stolen. What? Stolen.
Mr. Ross.
Oh, shit.
You better have a good explanation, Senior Constable.
This engine wouldn't be hot, would it?
What makes you think that?
So you got one?
No.
So you stole high-powered cars? You removed their engines? Yeah?
Yes.
You made them suitable for marine use?
Yes.
And then you resell them?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
How long have you been involved in this?
About a year.
Yeah? So what made you get into it?
I just thought me and Leah could get away, you know, make a new start. Just her and me away from her boyfriends.
Okay, and what about one of her boyfriends, Nick? Was he involved in this?
Yeah, well, he'd been in a bit of trouble. He had some contacts, yeah.
Tell us about Nick. How did he die? What, you two, you had a falling out?
No.
Come on. Mr. Ross, you must have had a falling out.
No.
Your partner's in an illegal trade.
We didn't.
He's screwing your wife.
We didn't have a falling out.
Yeah, maybe you killed him, but you didn't mean to. Maybe it was just an accident.
Look, Nick and I were friends, all right? He was alive when I left, and that's all I know. He was alive.
Right, Mr. Ross, what do you think happened to Nick?
Oh, Christ, I don't know.
Come on, he was your mate.
I don't know.
$2,000 for a V8. Sounds like the bargain of the century to me.
One of the guys with whom I raced gave me Ross's name. He said he had reconditioned engines and he did good deals for cash. I told you I didn't know they were stolen.
So why were you in a hurry to buy the motor?
Because there was a race coming up this weekend and I wanted to be in it. Ross's deal was going to save my life, but instead I end up a criminal.
Quinn, you knew that Dan Ross was a person of interest in an ongoing inquiry. Why didn't you report it?
I don't know, sir. I'd just woken up. I wasn't thinking straight.
Oh, you were thinking all right. You were thinking with your fly undone.
So, I thought the deal sounded sus. I figured he may have been selling a dud engine.
You thought... You're a police officer, Quinn. You don't go stumbling around pretending to be a bodyguard to every pretty girl that you see.
Sir, I thought... if I went with her, I could keep her out of trouble.
You know, Quinn, I always thought you were a bit smarter than what you look. You're a cop. It's a 24-hour-a-day job. You think with your brain, mate. You don't think with your dick. Your brain. Not funny, Quinn. Sometimes I wonder if you didn't leave your brain to fry on some beach in Perth somewhere. Get out. Where's his uniform?
It's in my
Don't tell me. You left it on the beach in Perth with your brain.
Nice first date. She's really dumped him in it, hasn't she?
Yeah, but why would you take a police officer along to witness the purchase of stolen goods? Yeah, good on you.
No, because she's an adrenaline junkie, right? So maybe buying a hot motor under a cop's nose, that's her way of getting off, right? Woo!
You're in big trouble.
Come on, Matt, you should have known better than that.
Come on, I knew the motors were stolen. If the D's hadn't turned up, then I would have...
Yeah, you would have been a hero, right? Mate, she would have loved that. To her, it's a win-win situation.
Stephanie didn't set this thing up.
Look, you've known her for what, 24 hours? All right, so she's given you her phone number, she's hustled you into bed, wakes up at a sparrow's fart to do what? To buy a stolen engine. Now, if something goes wrong with the deal or she gets busted, then what better protection for her than taking you along?
VKG Sydney Water Police to police launch Nemesis.
Is the police launch Nemesis?
We've just received a call from a man in a tinny. He's hit something below the waterline that's damaged his hull. Can you attend?
Yeah, copy that.
Ah, there it is. Must have been low tide when he hit it.
These might be interested in this. Let's haul it up.
So, Chopper, what do you think?
Well, we agree it's probably what caused the injuries.
No doubt about that.
It's pretty likely this is what killed Nick Clark, yeah.
So what do you think's happened?
So this section of the motor's hit him in the chest somehow.
So it's kind of just swung, it's pivoted itself.
Come on, man.
Ooh. We found out what the murder weapon was, Dan. Our pathologist confirms that the shape of an engine block corresponds to the deceased's injuries.
And you've already admitted to your illegal dealings with Nick, yeah? Dan, you are in deep shit. You got anything to say to us? Huh?
You're about to be charged with murder, Dan.
He's got nothing to say.
Dan Ross, you are under arrest for the murder of Nick Clark. You are not obliged to say or do anything unless you wish to do so, but whatever you say or do may be used in evidence.
Dan.
Do you understand? Stay out of this, Mrs. Ross.
Dan, they're right. An engine block did fall on Nick, but it was an accident. A very stupid accident.
Is this right, Dan?
I knew we didn't have much time because I had to go meet Dan. So we laid out this big tarp, sort of there, and there was a really big engine block hanging up on this beam here.
Was it hanging over the tarpaulin?
Well, yes, but we weren't underneath it. Not when we were making love. Afterwards, I sat up and I sat over here, like here, and Nick had his clothes there and he just sort of rolled over and was getting...
Engine racket. I had a load coming in.
So stolen engines versus a murder charge.
I couldn't go to jail. Couldn't leave Leah.
What did you do then?
Well, I fixed the beam and I hoisted the engine block into the ute and dumped it in the river.
And Nick's body?
a nightmare. All of it. You have no bloody idea.
No, what I don't understand, Mr. Ross, is
Gentlemen.
if you'd knocked off for the day, why did you leave the engine up on the hoist?
I didn't. It's a bloody dangerous thing to do.
So who did it?
No, I thought Nick did. He was working.
Okay, look, we need statements from both of you, so if you can come down to our office. I mean, there's nothing there to indicate that it had been deliberately weakened or tampered with. Same with the hoist, it was working normally, so...
Any fingerprints on the hoist?
Yeah, but they're oily, smudged, no good.
How'd they get the engine block up there?
Well, were you going to speak to Steve Clark about that?
The brother?
Yeah, he was outside the shed when Nick and Leah went inside.
What, do you think he might have stuck around?
Oh, Chief, there's something going on with him.
Thank you very much. Stephen Clark hasn't turned up to work. His parents don't know where he is and his mother's very worried.
Okay, let's get on the Nemi, huh? Try that boat ramp.
Sure.
Oh, it's times like these I wish I worked in aromatherapy. What is it?
Oh, kittens.
Oh.
Someone's dumped them.
That's off.
What's that bloody idiot think he's doing?
Has he got a death wish or what?
He's not going to turn.
Andy, get in there.
BKG Police Launch Harpy to Sydney Water Police. We're at the site of an accident. We're going to need ourselves an ambulance at Iron Cove Bridge. Copy? Back it up!
Pull it back.
Are you all right? Okay, keep your head up. Come on, talk to me.
Come on, Woodsy.
One. Come on.
Oh, he's okay. Hardly a scratch on him. We've got the ambos on the way.
Okay.
What the hell happened?
Oh, he was heading straight for a pylon. Chickened out at the last moment.
He was trying to kill himself.
Yep.
Hey, Steve.
You're a very lucky man, Steve.
Your parents have already lost one, son. What are you doing?
Why are you trying to kill yourself? How about I tell you why? You know you killed Nick, and you can't live with the guilt. You'd do anything to try and beat your brother, wouldn't you?
Including stealing an engine from Dan Ross. Guess you didn't have the cash.
You planned to back the ute up, put the engine on top of it.
Would have had that race won.
How are we doing so far, Steve?
Didn't go to plan, though, did it? Nick and Leah turned up. You had to piss off. Leaving the engine block up on the hoist. But you didn't know that frame was rotten, right? And it broke. Engine landed on Nick.
Sorry, miss. The wharf is for police use only.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm here on police business.
Oh, is that right?
Matt, I'm sorry. Can I talk to you, please?
Shouldn't be here, Steph.
Yeah, I know, but I want to explain.
How is the engine? Gav, haven't you got some maintenance reports to file?
No, not that I remember.
No, you do.
Yeah, boss.
Matty, I didn't mean to get you into hot water. I actually had no idea.
Didn't you?
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know what to think, Steph. I mean, you came on so strong. Is this the way you get your kicks, setting up a cop?
I wasn't charged, Matt, because I told the truth. You believe what you want.
I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. Last night did mean something to me. You mean something to me.
I wasn't setting you up, Matt. I wasn't even trying to go out with a cop. I just wanted to be with you. Jag.
Well, I guess your sixth sense was a little bit out of whack, wasn't it, Alex? You were wrong about Steve Park.
I wasn't wrong. He didn't mean to kill his brother. Big difference.
Oh, we're splitting hairs, are we? What's your prediction on the two lovebirds out there?
Oh, God, no, I don't do romance.
Hades! She's right outside if you want to take a look.
Who's outside?
Quinn's new girl.
Oh, I'm busy.
I wouldn't mind seeing what all the fuss is about.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
It's a fake tan, you know that.
Well, that satisfied my curiosity. Let's get back to work, Bum.